Okay, so I do want to mention that just in case you say have a dissertation or thesis that is comprised of 5 chapters, there are no sections, subsections, etc. There's only really 5 items outside of the front matter in your document. You might think, do I really need to bother with this auto-populating? I would say you might as well because it's really easy to do. But if for some reason you don't want to, as long as you have a low enough count of page number items that are going to appear in this table of contents, it's not the worst idea not to. And if you do so, you can just add an item by typing its name here manually, and then simply hitting tab and typing the page number manually. And I mention this because often what I get instead, what we get in my office, is something like this, where somebody hits the period key on their keyboard a vast number of times to bring over something to approximate right justification. But invariably, it won't look right. If they keep doing this, these will not properly align vertically, and I'll either have to redo it myself the way I just showed you by a tab. I'm showing quickly how to do it now. You have this tab stop. You're going to type 6.5 in here, select right, select these ellipses dots for the leader, click set, click OK, and that's what enables you to do that in a single keystroke. But all of that being said, I still would recommend to just use those styles, even if you only have a very few items in your table of contents, because it'll still be easier and faster. And it's a good skill to know how to master. There's few careers really these days where you're not going to be working at least a bit with Microsoft Word. And if you're going to continue in academia, you certainly are going to be continuing with Microsoft Word. So that auto population of the table of contents is a very good thing to have in your tool chest. The list of tables, our next page, and the list of figures work in essentially the same way. They just have a different set of styles assigned to each one that will auto-populate them. In this case, what we have up here, table, and what we have over here, figure. So let's go down. We can see here that we have table 1, insert name here. And if we select that text, we see that the style table has been assigned to it. Oh, let's say autophage macro diversification. Some jargon. And then I'm going to go back up. That was a table, I believe. And I go update field. Update entire table. Boom. Now we have the correct heading and the correct label for that table with the correct page number. Control Z. These disappeared because there are no entries for those that have had any kind of style assigned to them. If we go, if we were to do like Control F and search for table 2, there isn't a table 2 in this document. And there's no text that has had the table style assigned to it to populate that. It appears here now because anything that you manually, oh, I can't type will still appear in the TOC. And you can tab it over. But anything that's manually typed, when you update the field and update the entire table, will disappear. Only things will be updated for which there is a corresponding piece of text, block of text, that has had that required style assigned to it. You can, so I would discourage people from entering anything manually into the list of tables. And the same goes for the table of contents too, table of figures, list of figures. They all work the same way. You can still do it, but if you do so, you can only update the page numbers. That won't vanish things. Here, let's actually we'll just quickly move this onto a different page. Okay, just to demo. update field, page numbers only, up. Now table 1 starts on page 2, nothing else changed. So that will keep manually entered text here, but it's really advisable, if at all possible, to simply have your list of tables, your table of contents, your list of figures populated only by items that have had the appropriate style assigned to them. That'll keep you in the clear and sort of avoid problems.